Hey, it's John Nolan here. One of the most important things in my life is the health and the well-being of my family. And one of the products that we absolutely love to use and have had amazing results with is Z-Stack. It's Dr. Zelenko's Immunobooster, and it really does the job absolutely well. Now, as most of you know, Dr. Zelenko recently passed away, but he's left behind a legacy with Z-Stack and his other products, and also the Dr. Zelenko Freedom Foundation. So every time you purchase Z-Stack to help boost your immune system and the immune system of your family, 10% of the profits will also automatically go to the Freedom Foundation. So I encourage you to check it out, Z-Stack by Dr. Zelenko. Use the link and the coupon code in the description, save, and also help the foundation. Hey, Inspired Tribe, my fellow freedom lovers, it's John Nolan here. Welcome to another inspired conversation today with a woman that is one of our heroes, absolutely wonderful woman that has been speaking truth from personal experience and helping millions and millions of people around the world to awaken, to see the truth, to heal, and to move forward. Cathy O'Brien, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you so much for having me. I've been looking forward to this delightful conversation with you and sharing this information with those listening.
Same here. Cathy and Kristin and I met a couple weeks ago when she spoke in Nashville on the Truth Tour. And we've been looking forward to this conversation ever since. Cathy, you are to us such an extraordinary example of human spirit and what is possible when healing and love and the human spirit come together. And for the past almost 30 years, you have been out in the public sharing your story, sharing your knowledge, your wisdom, together with your husband, who has passed away in 2017, Mark Phillips. And you have changed the world by doing that. Usually I would ask to, kind of tell people about your childhood and all of that, and we'll speak about that. But for me, more importantly, how have the past 30 years been for you after being in the situation you were in as an MK Ultra victim, slave? How have the 30 years since been for you in freedom?
A constant celebration of freedom. When I healed from 30 years of MK Ultra mind control, it was amazing to me to see how much the average person took their free thought for granted. And free thought is sacred. It's such a beautiful gift that we all have. And now that I have reclaimed mine and vigilantly protect my free thought in light of my knowledge on mind control, because knowledge is our defense against mind control. And now that I am free, I want to just be able to speak out and raise awareness so people don't take that for granted and realize that without free thought, we have no free will, soul expression. And with no soul expression, we don't have that beautiful strength of the human spirit, the power of love, the purpose of why we're here, why all of us are here at this pivotal moment in humanity's evolutionary history. This is a phenomenal time to be alive. And a lot of people are a little bit frightened these days of the truth that they're seeing, but the truth isn't new, just their awareness is new. And with that awareness comes the chance for all of us to reclaim our strength of spirit, our joy, our inner peace, and reconnect with each other again in the common bond that we're all naturally born to live. So yeah, I'm telling everything I know and what I experienced deep in the Washington, D.C. swamp, so people can have an understanding of what in the world is going on these days, and then to rise above the fear in light of truth. Truth really does make us free.
Oh, and I love that so much. You wrote this into the books that we bought from you, and we're going to talk about those books too. You wrote in the books, Truth Makes Us Free. And as you said, a lot of people are frightened to look at the truth. In many instances, it seems almost impossible to even imagine, but you have lived it and you have come out of it. But talking about that which you live, when we speak about mind control today, to the audience that might not be as familiar with the depths of how it works, what it does, and what its aims are. Can you maybe talk a little bit about your experience, what you have gone through, and what people can, how they can understand mind control better?
Mind control is a primary weapon system of the New World Order cabal, the self-appointed global elite, the handful of criminals at the very top of all this. Follow the money, and will find that there is a very dark agenda that's being imposed on humanity, and mind control is their weapon for using it. My experience in MK Ultra mind control began as a very young child, and I was targeted because I was being sexually abused. And my father was caught sending child pornography through the U.S. mails by a local politician that went to my grandfather's Blue Masonic Lodge. So he approached my father and told him he could receive immunity from prosecution if he'd sell me into MK Ultra mind control. And my father did. It shows how our system has been corrupted for a long time, that the pedophile agenda is a mind control agenda, and that this has been a very deliberate action that's been going on literally my whole life. And now people are finally starting to see what's going on. And my life's experience certainly sheds a lot of light on that, because that local politician went on to become the unelected president of the United States, who was Gerald Ford. And as Gerald Ford's political career escalated, so too did my victimization in MK Ultra mind control, until I was used on a robotic mind control level in human trafficking operations, in the black ops, the drug ops that are the funding mechanism of this New World Order cabal. And I was just right there in the swamp with these perpetrators and know what their plan is for us all, that really they've lost control of at this point. They're tipping their hand and everybody's onto it these days. But it's so good to see people waking up to the reality of what went on behind the scene for so long.
When reading your book and hearing about your story, and it began for us many years ago, when David Icke had interviews with you and all of that. Like you said, your friendship with him also began. We just talked about this many years ago. It is, in the beginning, it's not inconceivable that people in positions of high power are corrupt to anyone today. That is a given. What is inconceivable is the level of evil that we see, and unimaginable to a human being that grows up somewhat normally. We all grow up with some trauma in our society, but nothing compared to what these people or entities are doing. I don't even know if I can call them people. But it goes into the highest level. It's not just one president. I mean, for you, it went through actively through, I think, 2 presidencies. So that's 4, and then Ronald Reagan. And then after you, I think, were rescued out of your situation and began your healing journey, other perpetrators assumed presidency, like Bill Clinton and George Bush. So this kept going on. Today, if you look at the political landscape and what has happened since, do you see that things have changed, shifted, or is this awakening that we feel, has it permeated the political spectrum? And has there been an administration since that you feel has done anything about that?
Oh, it's such an exciting time to be alive, seeing people wake up and finally see the reality of what's been going on. My 1995 testimony for Congress, Transformation of America, details what the plan was for ushering in the New World Order and who was going to be placed into the office of president. And it was going to be kept in the Bush-Clinton dynasties until Hillary Clinton was supposed to, usher it in 2016. Well, that didn't happen. That's because people were waking up and becoming aware. Ever since the inception of electronic voting machines, elections have been...
We had to cut it off here because what Cathy's about to share next would get us immediately banned, censored, and deleted on this platform. It's an incredible conversation we don't want you to miss, so please hop over to our Rumble channel or to our Locals channel, the Inspired Community on Locals, to watch the full interview free of charge. Thank you so much. And please, please do yourself a favor and watch the full conversation.